I thought our story was epic, you know? You and me.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 good girl bad boy couples on TV.
Do you, Chuck, take Blair to be your lawfully wedded wife?
3 words, 8 letters.
Blair, do you take Chuck to be your lawfully wedded husband?
1 word, 3 letters, yes.
What the hell?
There's no rabbit. You hear me?
My lips are sealed, Doc.
For this list, we'll be looking at some of the most memorable relationships between good girls and bad boys on live-action shows. Did we miss your favorite good girl bad boy couple? Sound off in the comments. Number 10, Stephen Hyde and Jackie Burkhart. That 70s show. He'd probably prefer that we use the term Zen, but Hyde was the 70s coolest bad boy.
See, you don't know if I mean that's cool, I'll go, or that's cool, no thanks.
And that's cool.
Whatever.
Oh my god!
He didn't care about school, he hated the man, and he only seemingly took off those sweet aviators to kiss his girlfriend, Jackie Burkhart. Jackie, on the other hand, was practically a princess, at least according to her.
It's expensive jewelry or nothing. Look, if you can't put a price tag on love, then how do you know how much it's worth?
She was from a rich family, took pride in her appearance, and was a popular student. Their relationship may have started out as a simple opposites attract hookup, but they grew to really love and appreciate each other. They accepted each other's faults and truly brought out the best of each other.
Well, you better quit it because I like to get stuff. Especially shiny stuff.
Would you settle for a cheeseburger wrapped in tinfoil?
Well, for you I will. But just know that I'm really lowering my standards.
Forget Fez, Jackie and Hyde forever. Number 9, Chuck Bass and Blair Waldorf, Gossip Girl. On the surface, Blair was pretty much your stereotypical good girl, bad attitude type. A prim and proper rich witch, but deep down, she had a dark side. She was really a kind of evil genius with her constant schemes. And Chuck was a monster. He screwed around endlessly, mistreated women, and was ruthless in his attempts to get what he wanted.
I did what I had to win.
No.
I can't let my feelings cost me all that I've built.
They simultaneously brought out the best and worst in each other.
You and I both know you'll never be completely trustworthy. And I admit it's not my strong suit either. But it's part of what keeps things interesting between us.
And why we make a great team.
This couple has become beloved in pop culture because in spite of all the hell they brought down on the people around them and even each other, they fit perfectly. They both just turned out to be the same kind of nutty.
Do you, Chuck, take Blair to be your lawfully wedded wife?
3 words, 8 letters.
Blair, do you take Chuck to be your lawfully wedded husband?
1 word, 3 letters, yes.
Number 8, Jordan Catalano and Angela Chase, My So-Called Life. Jordan was your typical too cool for school type. He was held back twice because of a learning disability and had some serious family issues, but he had a good heart.
Sorry.
What?
I interrupted you.
Yeah.
Angela was mostly a nice girl, but she seemed to let others get her in trouble quite a bit. The two had a will they, won't they for the entire series that left us all quaking with anticipation.
What does it mean? It means this is happening. You're happening. You and Jordan Catalano.
They had a few steamy makeout sessions, but were only official for 1 episode. Too bad for us, the show only lasted 1 season, and we didn't get to see much of them as a couple, but it was great while it lasted. Number 7, Tim Riggins and Lyla Garrity, Friday Night Lights. Tim was mostly a drunken playboy who never really got his life together, and Lyla was his exact opposite. She was from a wealthy family, she had great grades, and a highly respectable reputation. That is, until Tim Riggins sunk his hooks into her.
Hey, just so you know, still number 1. Still the best I've ever had.
Tim Riggins was the kind of guy you'd ruin your life over, and Lyla almost did.
You're so much better than that. So much. We know this. We know this. And these opportunities, they happen for a reason. And I'm not gonna be that guy to stop you.
Lyla helped Tim grow as a person, and Tim allowed Lyla to deviate from playing the role everyone expected of her. Ultimately, they realized they weren't really right for each other. Their relationship was a beautiful disaster.
Goodbye, Lyla Garrity.
Number 6, Damon Salvatore and Elena Gilbert, The Vampire Diaries. Talk about opposites attracting. These two didn't even like each other at first.
What the hell? I don't know what game you're trying to play with Stefan here, but I don't want to be part of it.
He was a vampire out for vengeance against his brother, who just happened to be Elena's boyfriend at the time. But their relationship slowly grew into friendship, and then more than that.
Why don't you let people see the good in you?
Because when people see good, they expect good. And I don't want to have to live up to anyone's expectations.
Hot off of the new wave vampire craze launched, in part by Twilight the year before, these two quickly became a fan favorite couple.
Elena.
They had that whole vampire and human forbidden love thing that drove young audiences crazy, and the back and forth love triangle made the relationship even more enticing. Number 5, Dylan McKay and Brenda Walsh, Beverly Hills 90210. This couple is one for the ages.
I'm sorry for everything that I put you through.
Whatever it took to get you here, it was worth it.
They're probably one of the first to come to mind when you think bad boy and good girl relationships produced out of teen dramas. Dylan was another too cool for school kind of bad boy, and Brenda was smart and ambitious. They had this kind of wild, feverish romance that lasted a lifetime.
What we've got is much more than just physical.
Bran, I'm not here because of that. I never was. I'm here because I love you.
I love you too.
Through so many ups and downs, including a love triangle with Brenda's best friend Kelly and Dylan's long struggle with addiction, they always somehow managed to find their way back to each other, time and time again.
I've never stopped loving you. And I know now I never will.
I'll applaud you from afar.
I want more than your applause.
Number 4, Jess Mariano and Rory Gilmore, Gilmore Girls. Dean might have been the perfect first boyfriend, but Rory apparently had a thing for bad boys. Rory was a bookish, introverted type who inevitably fell for the resident rebel.
Someone could walk in that door.
And Santa Claus could come down the chimney, whatever.
You did not think that it was going to happen like this, did you?
I don't know what I think anymore.
Jess.
Rory, stop! Just stop! I did not invite you up here. You came up here on your own.
Jess had a seriously bad attitude, was wildly disrespectful to pretty much everyone he met, had a major chip on his shoulder, and a knack for getting into trouble. But they had a lot of important things in common, like their love of books, and they just really understood each other.
Good night, Rory.
Good night, Dodger.
Dodger.
Figure it out.
Oliver Twist.
Many people are willing to die on the hill that Jess was Rory's best boyfriend, and Jess might have been Rory's first bad boy, but he wasn't her last. She continued her streak with a very different kind of bad boy, Logan.
People can live 100 years without really living for a minute. You climb up here with me, it's one less minute you haven't lived.
Number 3, Logan Echolls and Veronica Mars, Veronica Mars. Logans just always seem to find trouble, don't they? Logan Echolls was a very troubled young man. He had a violent streak, he was jealous, and seemed to only care about himself. But when you really think about Logan's teenage life, it's a wonder he wasn't more screwed up. Veronica was a crusader for the underdog and was literally addicted to helping people.
This is where I belong, in the fight. It's who I am. I've rolled around in the mud for so long, wash me clean, and I don't recognize myself.
On paper, it makes no sense, but they had common trauma that brought them together, and true love that kept them coming back to each other again and again. They always had each other's backs, and they could verbally spar forever. Their ship name is Love, for crying out loud. And Logan's speech about their story would prove to be true.
I thought our story was epic, you know? You and me.
Epic how?
Spanning years and continents, lives ruined, bloodshed, epic.
Number 2, Nathan Scott and Haley James Scott, One Tree Hill. Nathan and Haley are the epitome of the bad boy, good girl relationship.
You can work your whole I'm Nathan Scott, Mr. Big Shot, scoring my touchdowns on somebody else because I don't
even play football.
Whatever. The point is, at the end of the day, all your bluster and BS don't mean anything to math, because math don't care, and neither do I.
Nathan was a rich, privileged kid and the popular star of the basketball team who seemingly got away with everything. But deep down, he had a heart of gold. And Haley is the shy, nerdy girl who faded into the background, but had a secret, adventurous side. They really helped each other become better people. Granted, Nathan needed a lot more work. He was often a huge jerk just because he could be.
I screw up a lot, all right? And being around you, I don't want to be that guy anymore.
Well, who do you want to be, Nathan?
I want to be somebody who's good enough to be seen with you.
But he also helped Haley come out of her shell and go after her dreams unapologetically. And no matter what troubles came their way, they found a way to attack them together and come out on the other side stronger. Nately are major couple goals.
I was hurt, Haley, but I was still proud of you. Every day. Wait, it's all getting ruined.
No, you don't need all that stuff. You got me.
Before we unveil our number one pick, here are a few honorable mentions. James Sawyer Ford and Juliet Burke, Lost, The Con Man and the Doctor.
You were amazing today.
Thank you for believing in me.
Betty Cooper and Jughead Jones, Riverdale, The Serpent King and Queen.
Jughead Jones. I love you.
Katherine Chandler and Vincent Keller, Beauty and the Beast, The Monster and the Huntress.
I really do want a future with you. A normal future with you.
And I want a future with you, too. But I don't care if it's normal, I just care that you're in it.
Sookie Stackhouse and Bill Compton, True Blood, an interspecies love story.
I know this could be a huge mistake, one I will regret forever, but it feels like you're the one that I'm supposed to, do it with, and I'm really nervous about that, and frankly, I'm scared to death of you, so can we just get it out of the way already so I can relax and get a good night's sleep?
Zoe Hart and Wade Kinsella, Heart of Dixie, The Playboy and the Girl Next Door.
There it is. Rock bottom. I just played Dixie with my butt. This never happened. You hear me?
My lips are sealed, Doc.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Buffy Summers and Angel, Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Angel's past as Angelus is described as being one of the most vicious vampires in history. So he is the bad boy of bad boys. But he's a bad boy with a soul.
Is there a problem, ma'am?
Yeah, there's a problem. Why are you following me?
I know what you're thinking. Don't worry. I don't bite.
Constantly brooding and skulking around with the spiked hair and the dark coat, he had it all.
Anyway, you can have your jacket back.
It looks better on you.
Buffy was definitely a badass, but she still falls into the category of good girl. Her mom always thought she was constantly getting into trouble, but she was out there saving the world. They had an intense and dangerous love that transcended life and death.
I love you.
Close your eyes.
Arguably, Spike may have been the better bad boy for Buffy. We're not taking sides here, but feel free to argue amongst yourselves. Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.